Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Rachel Kleinman from rwcrafts.com. Today I'm going to be playing with some tags and some Dina Wakely media, mostly her new gloss sprays. So I have multiple tags here. These three tags that I'm using are gessoed. I wanted to see if the sprays reacted differently to gesso versus not. So all of the tags I'm using right now have already been gessoed. So you can see that I'm using a Dina Wakely stencil. That stencil is called Tornado, and I have just sprayed it with the gloss spray called Marine, which is a beautiful blue color. And when I'm making tags, I like to have a lot on hand so that you can use them to mop up or use the positive and the negative of the stencil. So it's really hard for me to just do one tag at a time because you can see that there's a lot of extra. So why not create multiples while you're at it? So I'm using some of the techniques that I've learned from Dina from watching her videos. So you can see there I just sprayed the yellow, I believe it's called lemon, and I just sprayed that and then picked up the excess with a paper towel so that the tornado stencil could still come through. There I just sprayed the lime, and you can see every time I am picking up some of the excess on my craft mat with one of the other tags. So it's great to get kind of a splatter effect. You can see they all look different even though I'm using the exact same products. These are some new chipboard shapes, also from Dina Wakely. I'm going to use the Do It as kind of a stencil. So I'm going through with the turquoise spray, and you can see I'm going to line it up and use it a few times. There's nothing wrong with some repetition. And you can see what I'm doing here is I'm trying to pick up the stencil, but it didn't quite work, but also, yeah, you can see it's backwards, so it wouldn't have worked anyways. So I just ended up smearing some of the turquoise, so it was still useful. I still got some of the paint out of it. And I can save that chipboard piece and use it again later. So I do want you to know that I have dried, in between each layer of paint, I am drying them. There's a lot to be said for the colors mixing, but I really wanted the pure color without the mix. So anyways, now I am using some Dina Wakely collage paper. I've picked out the heart design and also that cool design with all the different stripes and lines. So I'm using to put the paper onto my tags. I'm using a product called Honey Medium. This is from Faber-Castell Design Memory Craft. I am not sure if they still sell this product, but what I like about this product is that it's very thin, that it's clear, and that it goes on very easily, especially for thinner papers like tissue paper. If you don't have this product, I would recommend something like a Mod Podge. A Mod Podge would work. Also, I'm sure that Dina Wakely has her own product that I just don't own to use for her tissue papers. I'm sure she's got that covered. But most of us own, or it's easy to find, Mod Podge, so that's a good one to go for. So I did the heart collage paper on two of my tags, and now I'm going to use this cool line design on my tag with the tornado stencil. Overall, to create all three of these tags, including dry time, I would say that this took about 40 minutes, so it really wasn't that long. It was a great thing to do after work. Work lately, since we are all working from home, has been pretty stressful, so it's nice to just have a few minutes afterwards to clear off my desk and get messy and painty. And something to know about the Dina Wakely sprays is that they are acrylic paint. So most of the sprays that you're used to are a type of water-based ink. So please know that the sprays, they're permanent. So I don't know if you can see, but at the top of my desk I have a piece of poster board that's actually blocking any of the excess spray from getting on the rest of my desk. So just be prepared, or you can spray in an old mailing box or something so that your sprays don't get where you don't want them. So right now I'm using the magenta spray with a stencil called Funky Silhouettes. So I've used the negative and the positive of those stencils. Those stencils are really cool because you get the cutout shape as well. So again, my layers have dried. and I'm outlining them with Faber-Castell Pitt pens. I have a lot of Pitt pens, either in a skinny version, a sketch version, a brush version, and even the big fat versions. Pitt pens by Faber-Castell are a really, really great product. I'm happy to own most of them. It's actually like an India ink in a pen. So you have some time to smear it. So you can see that I'm outlining and then I'm able to smear. But once it's dry, it's permanent. But you do have a few minutes, or not minutes, I should say a few seconds, before it dries that you can smear it around. This works especially well on these gloss sprays because they are glossy. So if you want to smear the Pitt pens, it should be on a mostly non-porous surface, which is what this is, because I have gessoed it, which helps make it non-porous, and also because the gloss sprays are creating a smooth surface for me to use these Pitt pens on. So some of the silhouettes on my tag are a little harder to see than others, so I'm just trying to make them stand out but not be so obvious. I think it's pretty cool that you can kind of just see an outline or a shadow. So here I'm using, the larger Pitt pens are called big brush pens. So this is a big brush pen in warm gray. So I'm just going around the outline there. It's quite subtle, but it made a difference. And now I'm coloring it in with a purple Pitt pen. And you can see there that I have a few seconds in between to smear it and smudge it however I want. Very cool for blending or for shadowing. This silhouette was the most prominent. It definitely worked the best for the stencil. So I'm going to outline it in a very similar color, and this is also a sketch pen, so it's a very fine tip pen, and it's as similar to the color as I had. It looks very red, but it's more magenta. It worked. All right, now that I'm done messing with my silhouettes, I have cut out some designs and some words and some little polka dots from a Dina Wakely Collage Collective. These Collage Collective booklets are brand new to me, but they are very cool. They're great just to add some elements to my tags. So I've already cut those up. Here I'm using, this is washi tape by Dina Wakely. Her washi tape is really great for mixed media projects because it's very sticky. Some washi tape is not very sticky and you can peel it off really easily. This washi tape, while yes, you can peel it off a normal piece of paper, but once you put it down, it's most likely going to stay. So I really appreciate that about Dina's washi tapes. Also, the designs are great, so you can't go wrong with any of the designs that you purchase. So I picked that washi tape because I wanted to add some more purple. This one had a lot more of the green and blue, so I picked this green and blue washi tape just to accent some of the edges. And I've already cut out these circles from the Collage Collective paper, so now I'm just going to finish up all of my tags by adding some last minute little designs and also some quotes. The quotes I have also cut out from the Collage Collective papers. Right here I'm just using my everyday craft glue, which for me is Tombow Mono Multi Glue. I love that glue. And I've just moved the glue to a bottle with a fine tip. It works better for me that way. Be kind to you. That's that one. You can see how shiny the tag is. That is because Dina's sprays are truly gloss sprays. I love that they have that shiny finish. It makes it look almost more finished than if it was a matte finish. I really, really like it. Like if you're familiar with golden paints, that's a beautiful high-end paint that is more expensive than others, but when they dry, they also have a beautiful glossy finish. So that's what this reminds me of. This one just says be enough, and I attached it with my tiny attacher, which is a little mini stapler by Tim Holtz. And this one you can see it says live your truth. I'm just pulling a design out of another page from the Collage Collective. I'm just going to create a heart so that the quote has something to stand on top of, so it's not floating all by itself. This is going to add as like an anchor for the words. And I noticed that the colors didn't quite match. They were a little too white, so I'm going to color over the whole thing with a light blue big brush pen. This is, again, part of my Pip pen collection. Live your truth. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create these 3 tags. I challenge you to create 3 tags at a time, and you'll see how different they all are. Here are some close-up photos of each of them. If you're interested in any of the supplies I've used today, they will be linked and listed in the YouTube description below. Please follow me at RW Crafts on any social media site or rwcrafts.com. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye.